So, hello everyone. I would like to welcome Barbara in for our Fintech Garden community, and I'm pleased to have you in our discussion. We are on Money20, Saudi Arabia, Kingdom Saudi Arabia, and Barbara would like to share a few thoughts with us. And the really first question, like, what brings you? Because being from United Kingdom with the United Kingdom product coming to Saudi Arabia, it's exception, I would say. So, what brings you here?
Hi everyone, my name is Barbara Gottardi. I'm actually Italian, living in London and now in the Saudi Arabia. So we've just launched our platform here after having launched that in the UK. So what we are is a fintech credential platform, and you can call us the Tinder of the fintech. So we try to accelerate connection between fintech and financial institution. I'm an ex-CIO as Chief Information Officer, so I do know it is a problem.
Yeah. That definitely exists, and from our experience, it's really hard to put together because a lot of vendors and products, from market perspective, they say we can do everything in any way, and it's really hard to compare.
Yeah.
So definitely there is a good space for that, and maybe logical question why you're aiming to launch here, because United Kingdom market is one, European is another one, but why Saudi Arabia?
Well, we've found a local partner based out here who thinks that our proposition is very complementary of what they do, and now is the right time to do it here. So we decided to take a punt and have a go. So Money20 was a good opportunity to launch, and we've been overwhelmed by the demand and the responses. So we hope we can be successful here.
Yeah, there is a hunger for innovations and the products and putting all the puzzles together.
Yes, and I think, if you think they probably may be late compared to Europe and the UK, but I think they can leapfrog because they can learn from previous mistake. And I think innovation really move at pace. So financial institution and investor need to become much faster in making decisions.
And taking all into account all your experience being a HBC and being the chief operating officer, what you would recommend to new founders? Because we see that a lot of startups are founded nowadays on the wave of digitalization, the stablecoins. So what would be your advice for those founders?
So I think first of all is don't underestimate what it takes to be ready to work with financial institution. Having a website and a great idea is not enough. And the other things I think is build secure by design. So be ready from the beginning with your information security, pen testing, cybersecurity, and also having the right certification. And I think if you try and get a contract before you build and then retrofit, it's not the best way to do it.
Yeah.
And I think you don't need to be the best. I think you need to be the best match for the organization. So just make sure you don't try to fit everywhere, because sometimes it's not the right things, but just, pick your market, pick your target, and then be able to scale someday.
That's true. And what do you think the market and the industry is doing right? Because we see a lot of changes with the hype of the stable coins, with the growth of AI and applicability. So what do you think the industry is doing right at this moment?
So I think they're recognizing that technology is moving fast. And I think I would argue AI is a really broad term. And I think people really need to figure out what it really means. So I think there's a good call to new technology and amplify the message, and I think they need to move at pace. But I think it's a long way to go to actually make that happen. I think, what I'm fighting for is stop all organizations and companies to ask fintech and company to copy the same things in a different Microsoft form or in a Google, because this information will become obsolete by week one. So what I'm really trying to do is to create this single golden source of information where fintech can actually keep them updated, but they can also get a guide on what it takes to be ready to work, and they've got a path to green depending on their product, actually. So
okay, it totally makes sense. And the last question for today, what do you think are the challenges for this year or even upcoming? What we should keep an eye on to make sure that we're growing and we're doing successful?
I think don't fall for the buzzword. I think we've done that for years. It was big digital transformation and innovation and AI and blockchain. And so I think organizations should really be focused on what they're trying to solve, what the problem they're trying to solve, and then be kind of clear what the guardrails are, what the kind of things that a fintech should have to be able to work with them, and then make decision much faster. I think every organization thinks they're very different. If you're talking about financial institution, they're all asking the same thing in a different format. So I think, embrace standardization where you can and let the fintech to focus on their product rather than copy and paste.
Yeah, focus on the fin, do the tech.
Exactly that.
Okay, thank you for your time. Really appreciate finding the time to talk with us. Thank you.